So another Q&A here. This time is from Vicky Fleming. She says, I'm a petite female with my first powerlifting competition at the end of the year, 132 weight class. I've got my squat up to 205 pounds, but anything heavier feels awful, like it's going to slip off my back, low bar. I've tried regular grip, but my elbows flare up. False grip feels insecure. Not flexible enough to hit below parallel on a high bar. How can I fix this? So Vicky, there are some ways that we can approach this. So you said that doing low bar will it slips off your back. So my first question to you, I mean, without looking at any video, is if you're wearing a fitted T-shirt. So that's important. So if you have a fitted T-shirt, you can chalk the back and make sure it doesn't slip off. However, if this isn't your problem, what I suggest is to move your hands in on the squat. So if you look at any lightweight IPF elite squatter, especially females, they have their hands in really close, and they do this for a reason. So if you are placing your hands wide on the squat, then there will be no shelf or any type of groove created in your upper back for the bar to rest on. So you'll have to move your hands in if they aren't already close in. And if you have your hands close in and you chalk your back on a fitted T-shirt, then there's no reason that the bar should move up or down on your squat. So this is something that I changed personally for myself. So when I'm doing the raw squatting, again, my thumbs are essentially they're essentially touching my delts, so they're extremely close, and there is a spot that the bar rests on. So there's a groove or a shelf that the bar rests on, and it generally doesn't move. But when I did do my equip squatting, when I have my straps up, it's a high density polyester suit. The straps they would cause the bar to roll down a fair amount. So what I would do is I would sit the bar in my normal position, the normal spot, but then I would actually raise the position of the bar on my back maybe a centimeter or two, and that really fixed my problem. So that can be another alternative. So you either place your hands in as close as possible with the thumbs touching the delts, and you sit the bar in that groove that it creates from placing your hands in really close, or you can get that in that position and lift the bar, rest the bar in a slightly higher position, maybe 1 or 2 centimeters above that groove in your back. So that's one solution. And if you do high bar, then again you want to practice it as often as you can. So some powerlifters really like to do the high bar. An example is the entire Norwegian national team. So they all do high bar. And again, it's from the mantra of their coach, Dietmar Wolf. So Dietmar believes that doing high bar in a suit, in a squat suit, it maximizes the amount of carryover you get from the suit. And he states that a low bar isn't very good or very conducive to health of the lower back. So that's why they do it. So if you do high bar, then again, you can practice that as often as you can, when you're going for a powerlifting competition. So that's the other solution. So number one, place your hands in as close as possible and let the bar rest on the groove in your back, wearing a fitted T-shirt with chalk on it, with adequate chalk on it. Number two is to do a high bar and practice it as often as you can. And the technique on high bar, keeping your torso upright, is so important. So that takes a lot of practice. And number three is to practice walkouts with super maximal weight. So let's say you want to squat, let's say a 225 at your meet, then you can do walkouts with, for example, like 250, 260, 265 pounds, and practice that setup. And that way you can have your body situated to a much heavier weight that you won't actually squat at the competition. But again, when you're squatting your third attempt at the competition, it won't really feel as if it's a challenge to walk out. So again, that's something that I incorporated into my last training cycle, and I feel it did help me quite a bit. But again, when I did my third attempt on the squat, I got pinned at the bottom because again, it just wasn't on my day, and blah blah blah, excuses. But yeah, I just didn't get the third attempt. But again, the weight, it didn't feel terrible on my back because In the previous weeks, I did walk out 545, I believe 565, and 585. So again, it wasn't a shock to my back, and it really did give me an edge on the competition, even though I didn't get my third squat. So again, to recap, number one is to move the hands in on the squat, let the bar rest on a fitted t-shirt with adequate amount of chalk. Number two, practice a high bar. Make sure that you maintain the upright torso positioning on the high bar squat. Or number three, in conjunction with the first option, to practice squat walkouts and hold it for time with the weight over what you'll be doing for your third attempt on squat. So I hope you guys learned something. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.